All right, let's talk about learning Japanese. It can feel like you're trying to climb Mount Fuji in your slippers, right? It's exciting, for sure, but also super daunting. So many of us get all fired up, ready to go, and then we just get stuck. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about talent, but about not having the right plan?
I mean, it's a story we all know, isn't it? You download the apps, you get the books, you practice like crazy for a few weeks, and then poof, life happens. The motivation just kind of fizzles out, and that dream of ordering ramen like a pro in Tokyo feels a million miles away. So why does this keep happening?
Well, here's the thing. The secret isn't some magic trick or one single miracle app. It's all about having a solid structure, a real blueprint. And today, we're going to unpack that exact blueprint, the language learner's pyramid. Think of it as a model for building your fluency, layer by layer, starting with the one part most people completely ignore.
So let's start at the very bottom of that pyramid, your mindset. Seriously, before you even crack a book or learn a single character, you've got to build your foundation right up here, in your head. This is actually where success or failure is decided, way before the real journey even kicks off.
A lot of times, that foundation gets weakened by something the performance coach Jim Quick calls LIEs. These are the limited ideas we entertain. You know the ones, those little stories we tell ourselves like, oh, I'm just terrible at languages, or my memory is shot. But here's the kicker. Those aren't facts, they're just opinions. And if you repeat an opinion enough times, it starts to feel like the absolute truth, and it puts the ceiling on what you can achieve.
So how do we fight back against these LIEs? We have to reframe them. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got this total dead-end thought. Kanji is impossible. It just shuts you down. But now look at the right. The belief is flipped. I am learning to recognize new kanji every week. You see that shift? It's active, it's based on your actual small wins, and it builds momentum. Suddenly, you're not defined by this huge mountain, but by the small steps you're taking every day. So how do you actually build this solid foundation? First, you spot those negative thoughts. Then you challenge them with proof, with your small victories. You swap them out for empowering beliefs, just like we saw. You start following other people who are actually succeeding. And maybe most importantly, you have to find your why. Is it to watch anime without subs? To talk to your family? That purpose? That's the fuel that's going to keep your engine running on the hard days. Okay, so our mindset foundation is solid. Now what do we build on top of it? The next layer of the pyramid, the system. This is the practical, tactical stuff. This is the bricks and mortar of your language house. Think of this as your boot camp. And trust me, you don't want to skip these steps. You've got to master hiragana and katakana right at the beginning. You need to focus on pronunciation from day one so you don't build bad habits that are hard to break later. Then, you'll learn the core grammar, those little particles that are like the glue in every single sentence. And finally, you start getting cozy with the most common kanji. Nailing these fundamentals now stops you from hitting a giant wall a few months from now. Now, the next piece of your system is daily immersion. And no, this does not mean you have to pack your bags and move to Japan tomorrow. It's about creating a little Japanese bubble in your everyday life. We're talking 10 minutes of a podcast here, 15 minutes of reading manga there. Even just having Japanese music playing while you do chores helps your brain get used to the sounds and rhythms of the language. It makes learning feel less like a chore and more like a part of your lifestyle.
A huge part of any good system is making sure what you learn actually sticks. And for that, you can forget just rereading your notes. The real secret is something called active recall. It's forcing your brain to pull out information from scratch. Here's an analogy. Passively reading is like looking at a picture of a dumbbell. Active recall is actually lifting the weight. It's that effort, that mental workout that builds strong memory pathways.
So what does that look like? Well, it's using flashcard apps like Anki that use spaced repetition to quiz you on a word right before you're about to forget it. It's closing your notebook and trying to write out a grammar rule completely from memory. The whole goal isn't just to review something, it's to actively test yourself. Yeah, it's harder, but that's exactly why it works so well. All right, we've built our foundation with our mindset. We've laid the bricks with our system. Now we get to the top of the pyramid, the apex. And this is all about one thing: action. This is where all that learning finally gets put to use. And this, right here, is probably the biggest hurdle for so many of us. We wait to speak. We wait until we feel ready or perfect, which, let's be real, is a moment that never actually comes. But here's the reframe you need. Speaking isn't the final exam. It's one of the most powerful study tools you have. It forces you to pull everything together. Active recall, grammar, pronunciation, all at once. And look at this. This is where the top of the pyramid connects right back to the foundation. This statement isn't just a wish, it's an affirmation. It ties an empowering belief, I'm becoming more confident, directly to a small, totally manageable action, practicing out loud for 15 minutes. The focus isn't on perfection anymore. It's on the simple, powerful act of doing it consistently. And finally, for your actions to be consistent, they have to be sustainable. And you know what the key to sustainability is? Making it fun. You gotta enjoy it. Learn the lyrics to your favorite J-pop song. Try to follow a recipe from a Japanese cooking channel. Pair a tough grammar session with a fun reward, like watching an episode of your favorite anime. Celebrate when you learn your first 100 kanji. This stuff isn't frivolous. It's what will actually keep you in the game for the long haul.
So, there you have it. Mindset, system, and actions. 3 different layers that all come together to form one complete strategy. So let's just step back for a second and look at the finished blueprint, the full pyramid.
And here it is, all in one place. It all rests on that solid foundation of your mindset and your purpose. With that strong base, you can build a reliable system of methods and mechanics. And that system is what lets you reach the apex, taking action, speaking, and actually using the language. You can see so clearly how each layer totally depends on the one right below it. Without the foundation, the system just crumbles. And without the system, your actions have no direction.
So the plan isn't a secret anymore. It's not a magic trick. It's a clear, actionable blueprint, which really just leaves one question. The only one that really matters. You have the blueprint now. So what are you going to build with it?